Hello, this is James with Spectre 5 Astrology on the 19th of February 2019. And today we have a full moon in Virgo. Of course, the sun in Pisces, both at 0 degrees in several minutes. But one thing I'd like to state today is this full moon is all about Mercury. It's all about Mercury. Take an imprint of today and project it 9 months away. Today is conception. In December, we'll have the baby. I hope nobody takes that the wrong way, but astrologically speaking, I'm going to explain it. Now, recently we've got several close conjunctions at this particular point. Of course, Mercury conjunct Neptune. Mars is moving away from conjunction with Uranus. We've got Venus is also moving away with its conjunction to Saturn, moving close to its conjunction to Pluto. So that should be indicative of the fact that this is where we're going, not where we've been. Where we've been, we've already been. That set the stage. Today, it's time to put the play into motion. And that brings me to Mercury. Now, Mercury today is at 15 degrees 7 minutes at the beginning of the day of Pisces. Now that's very important, and I'll explain that in a few minutes. Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. This, in my interpretation, this full moon is all about Mercury, and I'll explain why. Mercury today is conjunct the ruler of Pisces. The sun is in Pisces. The ruler is Neptune. Mercury is conjunct Neptune. Today, Mercury is at 15 to 16 degrees of Pisces. Neptune is 15 degrees of Pisces. Today, Neptune and Mercury are conjunct. So Mercury is conjunct the ruling planet of the sun involved in this full moon. Also, Mercury rules Gemini, and Gemini is a mutable sign, just like Pisces is a mutable sign. So they square each other. So the ruler of Gemini is squaring the sun and the moon. In addition, Mercury also rules Virgo. So Mercury, the planet ruling Virgo, is conjunct the moon and opposing the sun. And on top of that, sometimes when I look at squares and oppositions, I look at the hidden square. What's there? Where's the hidden square? Well, that's Jupiter. Jupiter is in Sagittarius right now, 20 degrees. Jupiter today, in particular, is 20 degrees, 35 minutes. So Jupiter is square today's position of Mercury conjunct Neptune. It's square the sun in Neptune. It opposes Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, and it squares Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, squaring the moon. So right now we have a grand square. Whether it's actually physically present now or not, it's intrinsic, and I believe it's real. And if you don't think it's real, you might want to take a seat. Let me entertain you. This has to do with this conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in January of 2020. And I'll tell you why. Saturn now is at 1649 of Capricorn. Neptune now, the ruler of Pisces, of course, where the sun is moved into. Will move into today. It's not there yet. It's before 6 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast time. The sun won't move into Pisces until a little bit later, sometime around noon our time, and you can determine your time. But in relation to Neptune, the ruling planet, they're in a sextile. Neptune now is 1531 of Pisces. So Jupiter's at 1649, Neptune's at 15. They are one less than a degree away from a sextile, which is a 60-degree angle, half of it point-to-point trine, 120 degrees, and therefore is a helping influence. Saturn will go on in retrograde this year, and it will come back to this degree, 1649, on November 19th. So think about that for a second. What I said about the imprint of today is important, and it's it's lasting, and it's going to last, and it's setting the stage for the grand conjunction of Saturn and Pluto, which we will only see. Well, we'll probably see it again. It happens every 30 years or so. But so Saturn now is at 1649. It will go into retrograde throughout the summer. It will go direct, and it will reach 1651 on 11/19. So Saturn between today, 2/19, and 11/19 will have not moved a degree, only 2 minutes. Think about that for a second. 2 minutes in 9 months. Another thing is Neptune. Neptune today is 1531. In June, on the 22nd, it'll go retrograde at 1843. Neptune goes direct at 1556 on 11/28. So today it's at 1531, and November 28th, it will be at 1556. So Neptune will have only gone maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes in 9 months. Think about that. No degree change, 25 minutes advanced. Pluto is at 425, will reach 23 degrees 9 minutes. On the 19th of February, Pluto is at 22 degrees 9 minutes. So by April 25th, it will move 1 degree. Think about that. On 10/3, Pluto will also go retrograde throughout the summer. On October 3rd, it will go direct at 20 degrees 30 minutes. So Pluto will advance a degree, go back 3 degrees, and begin its set towards the conjunction of January of 2020 with Saturn. On 11/28, the day that Neptune goes direct, Pluto will be at 21/22. Remember, today is at 22/9. And on January 24th, it will reach 23/9, which is the same degree it will go retrograde on April 25th. Saturn will conjunct Pluto on January 12th, 2020 at 22:46. So this is significant. Pluto is at 22/9 right now, and it will conjunct Saturn in January of next year at 22:46. So it will only have gone about 37 minutes from today's position. Remember what I said, this is an imprint. This is a very serious imprint if you look at it right. And this full moon, in my opinion, is all about Mercury. It's all about Neptune, Mercury, and Sagittarius. And the reason is because Neptune rules the dreams, your fantasies. And you got to take those fantasies, those dreams, and make them real. That's what this whole year is about. Making your fantasies real. You have Mercury in Gemini as activity of the mind. So your fantasies come into your mind and you're thinking, boy, I could make, if I could only develop something in order to do this. And then it brings it into Mercury in Virgo, which is activity of the hands. In the earth sign, it's practical application. And opposing Neptune in Pisces, saying, hey, that dream can be real. We can go to Mars. I think about that because the Mars rover hit a windstorm last week or so, and now it's out of commission. Maybe not last week, within the last 6 months. But then it brings us into Sagittarius. Well, okay, James, what does Sagittarius have to do with it? Well, Sagittarius is a mutable sign. It's about making dreams come true. It's about setting your sights of your mind to overcome the limitations of your body and set that arrow to a distant mark, harnessing that body and carrying you to the achievement of that mark. And I'm telling you, we're in conception, and in 9 months, we're going to have a baby. So pay attention. On November 28th, this is the caveat. The caveat is Mercury now, on the 19th of February, is at 1531 in Pisces. On November 28th, when these other planets go forward, when Saturn will be direct, when Neptune goes direct at 1556. So Mercury now is at 1531 and Neptune is at 15, well, it will go direct at 1556. I believe it's at 1531 now. So today, Mercury and Neptune are directly conjunct. They're directly in line. Everything's lined up to make something happen. But if you want to wallow in your hollowness and wait for someone else to make something happen for you, I'm going to tell you right now, in my interpretation of 40 years of interpreting astrological input, it's not going to happen. Nobody's going to make it happen for you. Good luck with that lottery ticket. No offense to lotteries or winning or helping senior citizens, because a stipend of the lottery proceeds in Pennsylvania goes to help senior citizens, or it's supposed to. But I haven't seen any numbers, so I can't verify that. But here's the point. Today, Mercury is conjunct Neptune. Neptune at 1531. Mercury at 1531, both in Pisces. Neptune goes direct on 1128 at 1556. What's happening to Mercury on 1128? Mercury will be exactly trine to today's position, and it will be at 1531 of Scorpio. Think about that. Neptune will have not moved at all. Well, 20 minutes. Mercury will have moved from Pisces, a water sign, through Cancer, another water sign, and into Scorpio. And it will be the exact same degree. When Neptune goes direct, Mercury will be exact trine from its original position in Pisces. This is all about Mercury. This is all about Pisces. This is all about dreams, to ideas, to application, to a distant mark, and the achievement of your long-distance range goals. If you can't see that, please replay the video. And today, Mars is in Taurus, and it's conjunct Mars conjunct Pluto in Virgo. In this moon, I'm at 2 degrees. Mars and Pluto conjunct Virgo at 2 degrees within 20 minutes of exact conjunction. So, understanding broad, vast, logarithmic concepts is what I do in Virgo. And any Gemini, Virgo, Piscean person, my rising sign is Gemini, my moon is in Pisces, I have 3 planets in Virgo. Every dual person almost always has 2 involvements. I'm a retired science teacher, but now I work in a metal shop fabricating steel and aluminum. I always had 2 career fields going on at the same time. That's the duality. It's the physical and the mental, and it's your spiritual involvement in both. And this is something that's actually realistically happening. And lastly, Chiron, the wounded healer, has moved into Aries. It's at 2 minutes Aries today. 2 minutes. Woo! Conception can happen in 2 minutes. And I'm not going to get into that, but it's true. It is true. A lot of us are here because of 2 minutes. And I'm going to let it go at that. I apologize for my I don't smoke, but I work in a dusty machine shop, and we have a laser cutter that creates a lot of fine dust. So even if I'm not wearing a respirator, anytime you pick something up, it stirs up the dust. So what can you do? It's part of life. Chiron is at the conjunction of Pluto and Saturn on the 12th of January in 2020 is only going to be at 1 minute 50 degrees of Aries. And when I was born, Saturn was at 1 degree 50 minutes of Capricorn. So Chiron is going to be, in my personal chart, is going to be directly square to my Saturn in Capricorn. And Saturn is what you do. It's what you do for yourself. It's what you create. It's what you make happen. It's not chance. Jupiter's chance. Saturn's not chance. Saturn is sweat. Saturn is calluses. Saturn is, my boots are ruined because I've been walking in them. And whatever you do now is going to pay off later. So I say get busy. What ideas have you got in your mind? You know, Mars passed Uranus, and you were supposed to think of, you were supposed to bring out those things from yourself, inside yourself, and make them into something, initiate something, start something. That was last week. The time is slipping away. This is your last chance to say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. You're not gambling away. You're betting on yourself. You're betting on yourself. You can't plan everything out. You got to just lay the rubber to the road and hope you got traction. That's what it's all about. So get busy. When this moon goes into technical Virgo in about several hours, 5 hours or so, it's going to say, hey, okay, just do it. And to end this diatribe, I would like to refer to one of my favorite movies, Excalibur, when Arthur has been sick in the soul. He's been psychically sick, and he explains to Merlin that he had a dream of it all coming back together, of all the knights sitting around the round table and them all being one again. And he asked Merlin, is it only a dream? And Merlin said, a dream to some, a nightmare to others. What's your dream? Do you dream to be one with the purpose of yourself, in unison with those around you? Then get busy. Please like, share, comment on this video. I'm James with Spectre 5 Astrology. Have a good day.